Today we will see the topic branch and bound and algorithm which comes under the branch and bound technique. So in backtracking already I told you what type of problem we can solve using the backtracking algorithm. Okay. So now we can see that is the branch and bound. So if you are taking the optimization problem, so optimization problem is nothing but that problem will seek the minimize or maximize value for some objective function, usually that's subject to some constraints. Okay, so depends upon the constraints and depends upon the problem, so we have to decide the optimization function. Okay, so compared to the backtracking, the branch and bound requires two additional items. So what additional items we are using in branch and bound means, so branch and bound is a way that is to provide for every node of the state space tree. Okay, so here that is we have to consider the every node of the state space tree a bound on the best value of the objective function on any solution. So here what you have to, so before starting the problem, first you have to find the bound values. Okay, so according to the bound values, you have to find the best solutions. Okay, so a bound on the best value of the objective function on any solution that can be obtained by adding further components to the partially constructed solution represented by the node. So here in the branch and bound technique, so we have to do it in level by level. So in each and every level, we have to consider the node. So that node value will be compared with the bound values. Okay, and then we have to decide whether we can add the node for the further components. Okay, that means the node is the partially constructed node. Okay, to get the solutions. So second one will be the value of the best solution seen so far. So we have to consider till the value of the best solution. Okay, so in this method, the state space tree with all possible solution is generated. So here that is we have to generate all possible solutions using the breadthwise. Okay, so how we can do it in the branch and bound means, compare the nodes bound value with the value of the best solution seen so far. So the best solution seen so far is nothing but in the beginning only we have to find the bound values. Okay, so the bound values we can found depends upon the optimization function. If the problem wants the maximization problem means, then we have to take the upper bound value. If the problem is the minimization problem means, then we can go with the lower bound value. Okay, so now compare the nodes bound value with the value of the best solution. This is the beginning bound values we found. Okay, so if the bound value is not better than the value of the best solution is seen so far, that is when we can say it's not better means, it's not smaller for the minimization problem and not larger for the maximization problem. That node we can say it as a non-promising, and that we can able to terminate. Okay, so no solutions obtained from it can yield a better solution than the one already available. So whichever the value we are taken as the bound value, whether it's a lower bound value or the upper bound value, so the value bound value we got it from the node, so will not lesser than the lower bound value and also will not greater than the upper bound value. Okay, so this is the main principles against the branch and bound technique. Okay, so now, so we can terminate the search path at the current node in the state space tree of the branch and bound algorithm for two reasons. Okay, so these are all the reasons. So one of the reason is the value of the nodes bound is not better than the value of the best solution seen so far. So we are finding the each and every node bound value. If the node bound value is not better than the value of the best solution means, then we can able to terminate the search path. Okay. Otherwise, if the node represents no feasible solution, okay, so then we can able to terminate that particular path. The subset of the feasible solution represented by node consists of the single point. Okay, so now here what happened, no further choices can be made. After that we can't able to make any further choices. Okay, so now we are comparing the value of the objective function of feasible solutions with the best solution seen so far, and update the later with the form if the no solution is better. Okay, so this is the bound value we have found it. The term branch and bound refers to all state space search methods in which all children of the E node are generated before and other live nodes can become the E node. Okay, the term branch and bound that refers to all state space methods. So the children of the E node, so the E node will be the expanded node. So the children of the E node are generated before other live nodes can become the E node. So that means each and every level we are executing. Okay, so this is the basic concepts of the branch and bound. So normally the branch and bound, that is we are using the level by level we are using. Okay, so here the main thing, that is we have to found the bound values in the beginning. So the bound values, we can say that is the upper bound value and then the lower bound value. So depends upon the problem, we can able to search the upper bound or lower bound value. Okay, so now we are having several algorithms which comes under the branch and bound technique. So one will be the assignment problem, and second one will be the traveling salesperson problem, and third one will be the 0 bar 1 knapsack problem. Okay, so first we'll see what do you mean by the assignment problem. Okay, so assignment problem is nothing but, so we are having some set of people and we are having some set of jobs. Okay, so we have to assign the n people to n jobs. So the condition is the total cost of the assignment is as small as possible. Okay, so for example, if you are taking the job, so and then the person has to the person will take how much time to complete that particular job. Okay, so finally what do you want to complete the entire job, so we want to consider only the less time. Okay, so that we have to consider. So assigning the n people to n jobs so that the total cost of the assignment is as small as possible. Okay, so how we can specify the assignments problem? So the assignment problem is specified by an n cross n matrix. Here what you have to do, first you have to select the one element in each row of the matrix. Okay, so that no two selected elements are in the same column and the sum is the smallest possible. So this you consider this example. Here we are having that is 4 person and we are having 4 jobs. So for person A also we are assigning the 4 job, and person B 4 job, person C 4 job, person D 4 job. So now we have to consider to complete the 4 job. Any person can do any job. Okay, but to complete the entire job, so we have to consider the less time. Okay, so here what we have to do, so we have to select one element in each row of the matrix. So in each and every row, we have to consider one element. Okay, so that no two selected elements are in the same column. So two selected elements is not in the same column. So for example, so if I am considering the person A, so person A is taking 9 hours to complete that particular job. Okay, so if I finalize, that means again you can't take the person B has to complete the job 1 for 6 hours. Okay, because already the person A has completed the first job. So now the person B, we have to consider the rest of the jobs, not the first job, because the first job is already fixed with the person A. So we have to select one element in each row of the matrix so that no two selected elements are in the same column, and the sum is the smallest possible. So sum we have to get the smallest value. Okay, so assignment problem is nothing but we have to assign the n people to the n job so that the total cost of the assignment is as small as possible. So the instance of the assignment problem that we can specify it by the n cross n cost matrix. Here we have to select one element in each row of the matrix so that no two selected elements are in the same column and the sum is the smallest possible. Okay, so next one. So now we have to take the problem. So obtain the optimal solution for the given assignment problem as the matrix shown below using the branch and bound method. Okay, so now, so first I told you that is we have to find the bound values. Okay, so this is the assignment problem. So we have to consider the least hours. So this problem will be the minimization problem. So if it is the minimization problem, you have to consider the lower bound value. Okay, so to consider the lower bound value, what you have to do, so you consider the each and every row. So in each and every row which is having the least value. Okay, so that you have to sum it. So here cost of any solution including the optimal one cannot be smaller than the sum of the smallest element each of the matrices. So in every row, I am taking the smallest value. Okay. So once you consider the lower bound value, after that, whatever the solution we are getting, the solution cannot be smaller than the sum of the smallest element. Okay. So now here that is they are having that is 2 plus 3 and then plus 1 and then plus 4, that we are having this 10. Okay. So now we are having the sum will be 10. Okay. Now this will be the lower bound value. Okay. So now this is not the cost of any legitimate selection. Okay. So the maybe the cost may be varied, but the cost will not less than this particular value. Okay. This is just the lower bound value. Okay. So now rather than generating the single child of the last promising node, generate all the children of the most promising node among non-terminated nodes in the current tree. So here what we have to, so we have to consider all the nodes. Okay. And then we have to decide from there, from where we have to proceed. Okay. So here that root corresponds to no element selected from the cost matrix. So here we are not selected any element. That means we are not taken any person. Okay. So now the nodes on the first level of the tree that corresponds to the selection of the element in the first row of the matrix. So here that is we have to consider the first row. Okay. So here that is how many persons we are having. We are having the 4 persons. So person A, B, C, D. So first what I am doing, so first I am assigning the value for A is equal to 1. A may be do the first job, or A may be do the second job, or it may do the third job, or it may do the fourth job. Okay. So now how we have to consider the A is doing which job. Okay. So depends upon the value. Okay. So to find the value, what you have to do, so first you consider, here we are having the person A, no? So person A, that is we are assigning the first job. Okay. So if for the person A, if you are assigning the first job means, so this 9 you have to take, and then the other rows, that is the least value we have to take. So here we are taken, that is 9 plus 3 plus 1 plus 4. So 9 plus 3 plus 1 plus 4. Okay. So here we can consider 3 and 1 because this job is not fixed to any of the person. Okay. So for the person A, first job is 9 plus 3 plus 1 plus 4. Here we are taken 9 plus 3 plus 1 plus 4, that is the value 17. So now for the person A, I am giving that is second job. If I am giving the second job, again we can take this job is fixed. No? So 2, 3, 1 and then 4. It's okay, 2, 3, 1 and 4, that is 10. Okay. So now for the person C, I am giving the third job. So if I'm giving the third job to the person C, again you can't give the third job in the next row. Again you can't take the third job in the next row. Okay. So now what you have to do, so first this 7 is fixed for the person C for the third job. So when it comes to the next row, we have to find the least value, but the least value is again is pointing to the job 3, but don't consider this least value. Find the next least value, that is the 4. Okay. So here that is, this is also in the third column. So don't consider this. The next least value you have to consider, that is 5. So here you have to take, that is 7 plus 4 plus 5 plus 4. Okay. So here 7 plus 4 plus 5 plus 4, we are having the value 20. Okay. So at the same time, when it's taking, that is A is equal to 4 means, so A is equal to 4 means that 8 is fixed. So 8 plus 3 plus 1. So we can't consider this 4 because already we have taken 8 here. Okay. So 8 plus 3 plus 1 plus 6. Okay. So here that is 8 plus 3 plus 1 plus 6, that is 18 we are having. Okay. So now we are having the value, that is 17, 10, 20 and then 18. Okay. So out of this values, so we have to consider which value will be the lower value. So the lower value will be 10. Okay. So now that is we have to consider this particular node. So now you consider this will be the promising node. So now you see the lower bound value. The lower bound value is not lesser than this particular bound value. Okay. So now that this one is fixed. Now the person A is doing the job 2. Okay. So now we assign the job 2 to the person A, that is fixed. Okay. So now we have to consider for person B which job, person C which job, and person D which job. Okay. So now we have to take the person B. So person B, already the job 2 is fixed for the person A. No. So now you know, don't consider the job 2. Now we are considering the job 1, job 3 and then job 4. Okay. Suppose if I am taking, that is the job 1 here means, So now what happened? So here the person A is considering only the second job. Okay. So now I'm taking that is B is equal to first job. If I'm taking that is B is equal to first job means, so first what happened? This 2 is fixed now. The person A is fixed with the job 2. So now this 2 is fixed. Now for person B, I'm assigning the first job. So 2 plus 6. So once you completed, you fix that particular value. So now 2 plus 6 plus 1 plus 4. So now you take that is 2 plus 6 plus 1 plus 4, the value will be 13. Okay. So now you consider the job 3 for the person B. Okay. So job 3 for the person B means already this is fixed. So now 2 plus 3 plus this 1 you can't consider because now I am considering this 3 here. No? So 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 4. Okay. So 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 4, the value will be 14. So now we are taken that is B is equal to 4. If B is equal to 4 means, so this job is fixed. That is the 7 is fixed. So here the 2 is fixed. So 2 plus 7 plus 1 plus this 4 you can't consider. So you have to consider the value 6. So here you are having 2 plus 7 plus 1 plus 6. So 2 plus 7 plus 1 plus okay. So this 6 also you can't consider because here the second job is already fixed. Okay. So now find the next least value, that is we are having the 7. Okay. So now 2, that is the first job is fixed, and then person B we are assigning the fourth job, that is the 7. So in this row it will be 1. So here in the fourth row we have to consider this the least value. If you are taking this, already the fourth job is fixed to the person B. So don't consider this 4. Again, you come to the next lowest value. This will be 6. Already the job 2 is fixed for the person A. So now don't consider this. Now you come to the next lowest value, that is 7. So 2 plus 7 plus 1 plus 7. So 2 plus 7 plus 1 plus 7, 17. Okay. So out of this 17, 14 and then 17. So here the 14 will be the least value. So now that is you fixed, that is B is equal to 1. So now I am assigning the first job to the person B. Okay. So now second job we already assigned to the person A, and then the first job is assigned to the person B. Okay. So the left out person will be C. Okay. So now you have to consider the C. Okay. So if you are considering the C, either we can assign C third job or we can assign C, that is the fourth job. Okay. Only because the two jobs is left out. So if you want to assign the third job means, so what you have to do? So already the first job is fixed now. So the A is assigned with the second job and B is assigned with the first job. So 2 and 6 is fixed. And then now I am assigning for the person C, that is the job 3. So 1 plus 4. So 2 plus 6 plus 1 plus 4. So 2 plus 6 plus 1 plus 4, that is the 13. So if I am assigning that is C is equal to 4 means already the first job is fixed, second job is fixed, and also first job is fixed. So now we are taken that is for the person C, fourth job I am assigning. Okay. So fourth job I am assigning. So I can't take the value 4. I can't take the value 6 because this is already assigned. I can't take the value 7 because this is already assigned. So the left out will be 9. So we are having 2 plus 6 plus 8 plus 9. The value will be 25. Okay. So now out of this two, so this will be the lower bound value. So now we consider this. Now the third job is assigned to the person C. Okay. So the left out will be person 4. So now the first job is assigned with the value 2, and the second job will be assigned with the 6 value, and the person C, that is we are having the job 3. So person 3, the job 3 will be 1. Okay. So now the person A is assigned with the job 2, person B is assigned with job 1, and person C is assigned with job 1. So now we have to consider the person D. So person D is assigned with the job 4. Okay. So now that is we are taken that is 2 plus 6 plus 1 plus 4 is equal to 30. So now then don't think so this will be the solution. Now the job 2 is assigned for the person A, and job 1 is assigned for the person B, and job 3 for person C, and job 4 for person D with the cost is 13. Okay. So don't think that here in the lower bound value we are having the cost that is 10. So this will be the least cost. So if this is the least cost, when this the value with 10 we got, so here that is 2 we getting, and then 3 and 1. So here the person B also we are assigning the third job, and person C also is assigning the third job. So one person is assigned to only one job. So this is the initial lower bound value we are getting. So whatever the value we are getting in the node, so that bound value will not lesser than this particular lower bound value. Okay, it should be equal or it should be greater than this lower bound value. So now this is the solution for the assignment problem. Okay, so assignment problem is nothing but, so each and every person has to be assigned with only one job. So finally we have to get the least time to complete that particular job. Okay, so initially you have to consider lower bound value. After that you have to consider the each and every person, and each and every person has to be assigned with all the jobs, and whichever the value is the least value, so that will be the promising node, and that job is fixed to the particular person. And then the remaining jobs you have to consider for the next persons. Okay.